Ben, I'm going to make you feel very old. 20 years ago today, you arrived at the club, first time, Ross Trevor College uniform on. What are your memories?
Yes, well, I've been 20 years goes quick, I'll tell you that much. Memories are coming down. I can't remember to be exact if I left school a bit early or in the middle of the day or it was at the end of school for the day. But I remember getting driven down here by my parents and basically getting interviewed in front of the media, which I've never seen before, and didn't know how to handle it with McDermott and McGuinness and guys like that at the Adelaide Footy Club. Luckily enough to be one of the 10 young kids they put on the list in the first year.
So you were the youngest, just 16. You had no involvement with the Crows up until that day?
Not a lot. Had probably a few chats with John Connon and Bob Hammond about perhaps coming on board because they had the luxury of having 52 man list and they wanted to put 10 young kids on there. So for me, it was a toss-up because there was about 30 guys I think they were looking at. So after a few chats, and I think they spoke to my school teachers and footy coaches, also North Adelaide coaches, and I just, lucky enough to be one of the ones they chose.
So you made your SANFL debut in the finals the year before. Other clubs, were they on your hammer at all, chasing you?
I did have a little bit of interest from Collingwood and Hawthorn at the time. They were probably the two most serious, but I was reasonably young at the time, so it was more a few questions. They spoke to my parents rather than me. But yeah, so a little bit there, but I was just rapt to be able to stay in South Australia and also get to play with the new club.
So the way footy's set up now at the clubs, it's obviously a bit different. Then you're 16, you're still doing year 12 at school, so you're on the list, but you weren't required to be at the club every day and be here training and doing all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, no, not the first year. They were really good, the club, as were North Adelaide at the time. Because I was in the middle of year 12 studies, they let me do majority of my schoolwork that had to be done. I was obviously having to play for college at the same time, which was pretty important for college back then, and also playing with North Adelaide. So there was no real thought of me, I think, playing in the first year. It was more get me on the list. Came down for a few training sessions during the year, had a little bit of fun, and probably sat back just in awe of these guys that I had watched all my youth really growing up.
So how'd you go in school footy? Did you get much sledging for being a Crow player?
Not so much sledging. I don't know if they was invented that much back then, but certainly you get a little bit more attention from what I can remember. But at the time, it didn't bother me. I was just happy to play footy, and we had a really good footy team at Ross Trevor at the time, and it was great fun playing for North as well. So yeah, no more than what I probably would have normally got.
Can you remember coming along to the first game, the Hawthorn match?
I can. I'm pretty sure. I couldn't work out whether or not I played before that game. It might have been before the Essendon trial game. But definitely remember sitting in the stands watching. I was right on the fence as well, and it was just, it was enormous. It was, and it was quite surreal at the time to think back, and that might be me pretty soon, hopefully. So it was, it was just great to be involved.
For a 16-year-old, it must have been an incredible first year. I mean, the hype and the atmosphere around that new team.
Yeah, yes, it was. I mean, and I was probably involved in a lot of the hype from an outsider's point of view too. Before I got put on the list, it was fantastic. Adelaide's finally got a side in the AFL, and it was huge. Every kid's dream, or for me anyway, to be involved in some capacity was. It was coming to life, and then lucky enough to get that call that we're going to put you on the list. So, dream come true.
Can you believe it's 20 years though?
Definitely not. No, it does make me feel old. And so what's that? 36.
I mean, we've got some players here who weren't born when we played that first game.
No, that makes me feel worse. Thanks for that. But no, look, it's flown past. They say time flies when you're having fun, and I've been here at the club now for 20 years. So. Had a ball every minute of it, but I know it's still only young, 20 years as a club, but it has gone past really quickly. And people now tell me I remember you coming to my school in 1990 or 1991 and coaching me in grade 3 or grade 4, which is good, but at the same time, it makes you feel old.
Any chance you've still got the school uniform to put on tomorrow as a bit of a flashback?
I probably got the blazer in the cupboard, but you probably won't get it on me. No, maybe. Hopefully not the same haircut either. Just a shocker.
All right, thanks Ben for your time.
No
Cheers.
worries, guys.